Good morning, boomers. The voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in. Big shout to all my kaboomers out there. I'm not talking about the age. We were talking about booming with the bits before that thing became a meme. So hit the like, the subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding ding. Stay tuned into the good crypto word that we spread here daily, every single day. We're out here spreading that good news, whether it's up or down, guys. We're covering the markets, and we're staying positive with the self-improvement energy. Indeed, it's like a crypto current, like a flow, like a currency, positive and negative charges, and we want to stay charged up with enough energy to push us through the apocalypse. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Today we'll be talking about, what are we talking about today? What is my title reading today? Red markets after oil collapse. Bear mode, question mark, Bitcoin, Ether, stocks, bonds, and more. We saw history yesterday. Oil collapsed into the negative. Okay, I didn't even know that was possible. Okay, you learn something new every day. I'm glad that we got our eyes on this because we're learning. This thing went negative on us. We'll be talking about that. I did a little research, and some of our plays on the watch list are gaining weight. So we're going to go over that as well. Shout out to Bit Papa. Good morning to you, sir. So that's what's going on. We'll talk about this oil collapse, what it means for Bitcoin, the stocks, the bonds, and more. No circuit breaker. I don't know. I don't know if there was a circuit breaker. I don't know how that works. I'm not sure if there's a circuit breaker on that. I have no idea. I didn't even know it could go negative, to tell you the truth. But it makes sense why it went negative, and we'll discuss that. I explained in the video this morning, but we'll go over that. Big shout to everybody tuning in on DLive as well. We're getting a little less people on DLive lately. Is that I haven't done any exclusives for DLive in a while, so I'm gonna have to do an exclusive. I was doing the things that make you go broadcasts, and those did well. So maybe I'll pop up on you guys. What does this mean for the derivative markets? Awfully quiet for the world's largest market. We're still trying to figure it all out. I mean, I think we're in in waters that no one's ever swam in before. So, I'll keep you guys posted, and I got a couple things to go over. And I actually made a play on oil yesterday that I'm up on, but then something happened. There was a corporate action on the trust, on the ETF, and I think there was like a split. I'm kind of confused. I'm going to be honest with you, but we'll put it up and we'll talk about it. Shout out to BlockFi. They're hitting me up with ads on the Brave browser. So you guys should be clicking on the ads on the Brave browser. I don't know how many times I'm going to tell you. This is like one of the only cryptos that's actually being used like every single day. The bats. Okay, so at least use it. Okay, you download the Brave browser right now. Let's go ahead and check out the charts for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's slightly under pressure. Okay, but maintaining well after there was a complete collapse yesterday in the crude oil markets. It's major. I don't know what this means. I'm still, I got my eyes open. What does it mean for the stocks, the bonds, the derivatives, for Bitcoin? I mean, a lot of things are in play. A lot of things are changing out here. And where's the opportunity? Because I know there's got to be an opportunity. Where's the boom at? Where's the kapump at? Bitcoin there at 68.19. Am I showing my screen? No, I'm not. Let me turn off these coins. Let me share my screen. Boom. You can see this is the one day for Bitcoin via Coinbase, 68.19. And again, I'm going to repeat this every single broadcast. Bitcoin is directly correlated to the stock market. If the stock market goes up, Bitcoin's going to go up. Usually. Okay? If the stock market trades sideways, Bitcoin will trade sideways. If the stock market goes down, then, usually, at least this year, it's meant negative for BTC. And I'm sorry to break it down for you guys. What a world we live in, huh, guys? I don't think last year anybody really expected this complete change. I mean, this is a drastic change. Listen, we knew something was bubbling, and that's probably why a lot of you guys got into BTC. You knew something was wrong. Something was bubbling. There was change coming ahead. A change was a-coming. But we didn't know. We didn't know, okay? That it would play out like this. Storage of BTC is free, unlike oil. That's right. And I mentioned this this morning. The oil tanker lines, was it TK or TK? I forgot the name of it. But a few of those companies that actually like transport oil and store oil, their stocks went up. Someone had to go get the oil that nobody wanted. Bitcoin is correlated because of leverage trading platform manipulating the price. Get your crypto off centralized exchanges. Yeah, I mean, we've been saying that for a while. Bitcoin is correlated because we read that. And that's what it is. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And we've been saying that a while. Get the crypto off centralized exchanges. How many times am I going to say it? Excuse me there, guys, getting calls and we got work going on. Okay, guys, 68.37. Let's run down the markets here. I'm going to show you guys my watch list. Let's see how it's changed. We'll talk about this crude oil and see if it's impacting the markets or what. We're going to look at these bonds as well. Jared said, you have been saying that, bro. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I mean, that's Crypto 101. Keep your money off the centralized exchanges. I don't know how much we got to say that. You know, we've said that since time immemorial. Get it off the exchange. Sometimes you got to have it on the exchange to make your move in and out. But guys, don't let it sit there. Don't let it sit there. Kind of defeats the purpose. Niagara says, you don't hold it, you don't own it. Exactly. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. You're just speculating and you can get caught out there. You know, listen, these people playing around with the oil futures, they got caught holding the bag. They ended up having to pay people to come get the oil. It's crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy. So let's go ahead and run down the markets. Let's start off with crypto today. Go to CoinMarketCap and see if there's any opportunities. I'm going to start using maybe something else like what? Coin Paprika? What's the... Let's use something else today. Is it Coin Paprika? Let's check out Coin Paprika. I saw somebody else using that the other day. Let's check this one out. Let's see how this one... It's a little busier. It's not as clean as a site, and it's already giving me pop-ups, but I'll give it a whirl. Let's try it out. Bitcoin currently at 68.56. Ether at 170. Ether down a little bit more, but it's up on the 7-day, guys. It's up on the 7-day. So you know how I feel. I think Ether, listen, we could play with the stocks, the bonds, the options, and it's something that I've been experimenting with no more than I could lose. Okay. But when it comes to actual the plays here, I think the most solid play that we've done here is Ether this month. Shout out to everybody trying to join that 32 ETH club. We're buying this rumor, and maybe we even sell the news if they actually upgrade. Let's see. But I'm liking Ether. And again, this is not advice. This is my opinion. I like it. Ripple there at 18 cents. Bitcoin Cash at 220. Satoshi Vision is the new Ripple, right? Like I trash it just like Ripple. I'm actually like I'm liking Ripple better than Satoshi Vision, guys. Litecoin at $40. Litecoin getting smashed out there. I'm glad I got out of that position. And you know, the whole time Litecoin seemed like the friendly guy, the safe bet, but you know, so much for that. EOS at 252, Binance at 14.95, Tezos at 213. OKB, they're not on CoinMarketCap. Are they? What's up with this? Let me see. Let me pull up CMC real quick. Is OKB on CMC like that, or is this a little different? Wow, look, you see? Is CoinMarketCap hating on OKB? Where's OKB on CoinMarketCap? A little discrepancy here, boomers. This one's listed number 29 on CMC, but you go over here to Paprika, and they got it above Chainlink. It's trading at, what, 443 over here on Paprika, and 443 on CoinMarketCap. They got the market cap here at 266 million. And what do they have it on Paprika? Market cap, they have it higher at 1.253 bill. Interesting. I don't know if anybody could clarify that discrepancy. But there you go. Chainlink there at 344. I like Chainlink. And Chainlink actually, if you've been following our watch list, Chainlink's technicals are reflecting more positively than Ethers are. And both are actually positive, but Chainlink is actually stronger. I hear you, champ, on Litecoin. I'm no longer a fan, even though the blockchain's pretty damn solid. Just terrible optics, seems dead. I know. In Niagara, I held that bag, and, I wanted to be a believer. I did, but, as soon as I moved over to ETH, he started making gains, and I feel good now, But, I was holding the bag for the Wimble hopes, too. But, one thing that I think we can all learn is if the head of the ship, the captain of the ship, is not around, then, maybe it's time to exit through the back door. Or even through the front door, really. So that's what's going on. Let's go over the stock market summary over here. Hit refresh. S&P is down 1.44% today. And Bitcoin is now in green, but it's basically sideways. It's looking a little weaker than it was just a few days ago. But hey, it's the upper 6,000s. So I said this last week. We stay above 67, 68. We're still looking all right. S&P there at 2782. There's still targets for the S&P to hit 3,000 this year, according to Goldman Sachs. Let's see. I'm taking it day by day. Dow is there at 23,287. It's down 1.56. Now let's look at crude oil. The crude oil futures. You got to understand, crude oil. It's not like you can go buy crude oil on the spot. You can't just go pick up a barrel from Saudi Arabia. You got to order it and pick up the barrels in the future. And I think you got to buy 1,000 barrels at a time. And that's the reason why the price went negative, because it was time to go pick up the barrels and nobody wanted to actually get them. They didn't have anywhere to put the thousands of barrels. So you see that some of the oil tankers, they ended up, their stocks went up. Okay. Their stocks went up. So you got crude oil there at 15.46 now after going into negative. These must be next month's contracts. These are the May contracts. But these are down because yesterday they were in the $20 range. And if this keeps up, maybe these go negative as well. Now, I did a play on UCO, Bloomberg short. Let me bring that up. And I was up. But then I got a message this morning, okay? I got a message this morning that said that this thing had split or whatnot. So I don't know what's going to happen. It was up. It was a call in the future. So it was sometime, I think it was like in October. And I get confused too. I'll be honest with you, because we've been tracking SCO and this thing is up 36%. This is short Bloomberg crude oil minus 2x. So I'm still not clear as to what this is, but the technicals are smashing. So I'm thinking that this is it's minus 2x on crude, I guess. And this thing is up 37%. And it's still strong buy. So it's something I got on my radar. I ended up getting into, was it SCO or UCO? I'll tell you right now. I get and I'm glad I'm playing with this because I want to get this oil stuff down pack. I want to know all the tickers, all the symbols. So yeah, I did get into UCO. And I got smashed out there on UCO. And that I'm looking at my options. Woo! I got smashed. I should have sold it right then and there. Well, anyway, so I got smashed on UCO. Thinking I was getting an SCO. I get confused with these things, and I'm glad. That's why I got to be honest with you guys. I'm still learning out here. So UCO is down 30%. SCO is up 36%. I think this is what's going opposite of the oil. It must. Look at this thing. Too much supply and zero demand, says Derek. Yeah, literally, they're paying people to come pick up the oil. You seen these hex gains? Crazy. I've heard about them. I heard that they were up. I'm just not interested in hex. I'm not interested in that. But congrats. Let's continue going down the market summary. So crude oil's back up 15, but these are, I believe, the May contracts. So technically this is down. Bonds are taking a hit right now. This is not good. They're at 0.56. And listen, if crude and the bonds are down, and I haven't heard, last time I checked that there was going to be some new stimulus on small businesses, but unless they fire another bazooka, the ship is sinking. Guys, we know the ship is sinking, okay? The economy's at a standstill. The reason that the stocks have gone up is because this is a funny bunny economy and we've been riding the wave. But if they don't continue to use their tools, a.k.a. the printing machine, there it is. The ship will sink. So keep this eye. If they don't get a handle on this 10-year, and I know the Fed has been buying back bonds, is my understanding. So maybe they'll fire at it this year. Usually Tuesdays are bullish, so let's see. Yeah, I would say if this 10-year continues to go down, and crude is saying in the green, but I'm not saying it's green. I think it's down. I think it's green compared to yesterday's crude oil price, but compared to where these contracts were yesterday, as far as like the May or the June, I think this could be the June contract. They were like $20 or whatnot. Niagara says, I got into Hex at the beginning, claimed about a week or two in, they're all staked, so I can't sell. Yeah, I heard that, there's some sort of like staking and, basically it's trying to drive up the price. So it seems like just a big scheme to drive up the price. And maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It seems like kind of casino-esque. And I'll pass. I'm not interested. But shout out to you if you've made gains. I'm not mad. But to be clear, I'm not interested in coins that the only selling point is that it's going to make you money. That doesn't seem like it's something that's I'm interested in. Now maybe it works, or maybe it doesn't. Let me be clear. I'm not like those people. Whoever's into that and doing that, they should be able to do whatever the hell they want. And if you want to get in or get out, you should be doing whatever the hell you want. I'm just not. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want, and I'll pass. As I have with a lot of these airdrops on Bitcoin. One was like the actual Wimble coin. I never signed up, and they take snapshots of your Bitcoin. But, again, there could be privacy concerns with stuff like that. So, I'll pass. But maybe, it comes at a cost, and I'll be honest with you. If it's up 1,500%, it does probably come at a cost. But so does everything. So let's go ahead and look at our watch list. Let me bring up our watch list and see if it remains strong. And let me put up the Bitcoin ticker up here, Bitcoin chart. So we have a watch list of strong buys. Okay. Here it is. Work, Walmart, Guild, Fiverr, Shop, Baba, TLT, SCO, Gold or GLD, Amazon, United Health, J&J, which is Johnson & Johnson, and PG, Procter & Gamble. As far as the cryptos, Link has the strongest technicals as of yesterday, ETH and Bitcoin. Now, obviously, there's other cryptos on the list or whatnot, but, if it's not a blue chipper, I'm not interested. If it's not a blue chipper, I'm not interested. So let's run down this list. Work had the best technicals, it seemed like, yesterday. My work options are up for the day, but I bought some work options that expire on Friday last week, and I'm still in the red. So if they go a little bit green, any type of profit, I'm taking it off the table today. So here's our number one. Let me go back to the technical. And again, it's a bit confusing with these oil tickers because as oil's in in the shitter, basically this thing keeps going up. So I think this is shorting oil. Someone said moves at 3x before, then I look, it said negative 2x. I haven't gotten a clear explanation on this thing, but the technicals are smashing and it keeps going up. It's up 38% today, so it must be doing the opposite of it must be shorting oil, I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong. And nobody really has gave me a clear answer. It's like one guy told me something about 3x. It was close, but it wasn't exact. Maker's back up today, and you know how I'm feeling about Ethereum, but Maker is not on our strong buy list, so we'll be skipping that. Let's look at Walmart. And that's a blue chipper. Walmart's a blue chipper. They've been doing well. I heard Walmart bought one of the Fandango video on demand services, the Voodoo services. It looks like Walmart wants to get into content creation to compete with Amazon. Where's my Walmart ticker? Yeah, it is. I think it is a leverage short, Derek. Minus 2x, and that's why it's doing good. Where's my Walmart, man? There it is. I was looking for a wall when it's WMT. Still looking by. Walmart's hitting all-time highs again. And, that acquisition of the video on demand services, and obviously they're not a video service, but it seems like they're trying to position themselves more like Amazon. Is it Netflix reporting gains today or earnings? So look at Walmart, strong buy, strong buy, strong buy, and let's look at the 1 week buy and strong buy. And I mean, look, Walmart's still at the top of this list. Is it looking better than Work? Slack? CryptoZilla's back. I've been on the line, but made it in for a bit. Shout out to Zilla. Slack still reads buy. And I think Slack is here to stay, guys. I mean, listen, people are going to go back to work or whatnot, but they're not going to go back in full force. Okay. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to stay working at home. And there's technologies like Slack, like Zoom, like others that may be in demand. This is buy, 1 week buy, 1 month buy. Okay, so there you go. I have a option contract that expires on Friday that is slightly in the red right now. I think the call's for 29. There's a strike at 29. So, to break even, I got to go above 30, I believe. But let's see. I mean, if the premium goes up and I can make a little bit off that, I'll just dump it. Fiverr was one that was smashing yesterday. I think it was one of the top gainers. Is Discord a stock held business? I don't know, but I would definitely put it in the same category as Slack, obviously. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe you could check that out. If it is, let me know, and I'll search the ticker right now. Yeah, Shopify was another one. Strong buy on Shopify e-commerce. I think it's here to stay. I'm getting ads. You must be getting them too on your social media, or if you use Instagram or anything like that. People are selling like masks because they got their own stores, and a lot of them are using Shopify. It's still reading strong buy across the board. So that's another one. Where's my Fiverr? Fiverr looked sexy yesterday too. Fiverr's down today, but I still think that it's bullish. It's hitting all-time highs as well. Yeah. Buy. Companies can offload the cost of building, rent, snow removal, electricity, and water all to the employees at home. Yeah, so there's probably, like you're saying, there's an incentive here to have people work from home. Yeah, this 1.5 is still looking good. So it seems like the technicals are still strong. Let's go back to this SEO, which is the crude oil short. Basically, I think that's what it is. They're shorting it. And this thing is still reading strong buy. Yeah, it's still reading strong buy. Crude oil short, right? Yeah. Trust 2 ultra short Bloomberg crude oil. I just wish I can get a little bit deeper. How are they shorting? What's the exact thing? But it seems like that because as oil goes down, this goes up. And how about TLT? TLT was this morning. I had made some nice gains on my TLT options. I got some options on TLT for that expire in May, and they're up. Inverse, says Niagara. That seems what it is. It seems like it's the inverse of oil, so that's why it's doing good. And I thought I was buying that one yesterday, and I got UCO, right? Yeah. I'm glad that, when I do these small options plays, I'll throw 50 or $100 or something like that. So if it all crashes and burns, which is what I expect it to do, then, whatever, I'm fine with it. It's not like I'm going in, I'm throwing a Bitcoin out of move or something like that. This is, the account that I have on the hood right now, I'm looking at it like if I'm paying a course on options, most of these courses like $500 and you go to the little, online class and someone tells you what to do, I'm doing this on my own. So this one, the TLT is looking strong. Amazon look, it's Derek on. Look, Derek, Amazon's running ads on Brave. Okay. This is bullish, guys, for Brave. Discord looks to be held by venture capitalists. They raised over $200 million from the top venture capitalists in Silicon Valley. Okay, so they're still private. Yeah, it's something to look into though if they ever go public. But Zilla, you may want to look at following that train of thought. Anything that's in that category of Slack. Is there any other companies? Does Telegram maybe have something that's public? Slack. We've already talked about Zoom, and Zoom is up. Actually, when I first got into like that first week of Robinhood, I put a little put on Zoom. It went up that same day, like 100%, 200%, and I couldn't get out of the play because I'm not a pattern day trader, and the next day it crashed and burned. Let's see if these other small ones like UNH, the healthcare, that one had strong technicals as well. And then we'll look at the pharmaceutical. Oh, let's look. Now that I see it, Guild is promising potential therapy for corona. And they're strong buy. Let's look at the 1 month. Strong buy. Yeah. Look at UNH. Guys, if there's anyone that you want me to look at, check it out. Let me know and I'll check it out. I got a play on PLT Plantronics, although the technicals are not that wild on this one. This one's just like a little, I guess the word's a tip. I don't know. Someone that I know that works in software and sales and stuff told me that this company seems pretty strong and that they may make a play on it. So, I threw a little play on it, but it's still, the technicals are not wild. They actually look bad. But last time I checked this morning, my options were up. I got some options on this one for August, and they were up. So with the options, if the further you buy them into the future, the more volatility and the more that they can swing up and down. And with options, when you buy an option, you're running against the clock. So immediately, the closer it gets to expiration, the less volatility and basically the price could go down because, time's running out on the clock. So it's, the more time you have on your contract, the more it's going to cost, but the less risk. So if you want to buy like options on Disney, let's say for January, those are going to be a lot more expensive if you're going to buy an option on Disney for May. You see what I'm saying? And talking about Disney, I heard that they may be shutting down till 2021 as far as the parks. Listen, I think Disney's here to stay out of the media companies, but they're really negatively impacted by this, as is so many others. Let's look at Wall Street Journal over here. Oil price crash deepens, weighs on global markets. Global oil prices continue to plunge while the pain spread to currencies of major exporters and shares in energy producers. The June futures contract, the most actively traded, dropped 17 cents to $17 a barrel. So those are the June contracts, I guess, right? That we're seeing here with, I think the May contracts expired yesterday. And these must be the June contracts that are headed downtown. Headed down. Niagara said, you're right. There's a time burn. Yeah, exactly. A time burn on the option. That's a good way to put it. Derek says, Champ, why options versus just buying the stock? Because, you got that potential upside with the volatility. And it's kind of a leverage because when you buy an options contract, you're buying an option to buy 100 shares, right? So like, there's some sort of and leverage. It's cheaper. Exactly. So, you could basically kind of like take control of 100 shares for way cheaper. And you're not taking control of the shares. It's an option to buy or sell them in the future. So in a way, it's like a futures. It's an option. And that could be done on Robinhood. And there's no fees for that. And it's all on Robinhood. Options. And I did share a video. Was it yesterday or the day before that gave... It was like it's like an hour tutorial on, how to trade options. What it means to be in the money, out of the money, the premiums, the calls, the puts. Because, you could buy an option in the future to sell for a higher price. For instance, you think the price of Bitcoin is going to go down next, in the fall. So you could buy a put on Bitcoin for, I don't know, $7,000, let's say. And then the price drops, okay? But now you have that contract to sell Bitcoin at 7,000. You just made the gains. You get what I'm saying? Or vice versa. You could make a call, etc. So basically, it's a contract to sell or buy in the future. That's all. And the contracts are by, so you can go negative. Not necessarily. I don't think you could go negative on options. They expire worthless. So you can't lose any more than what you put in. So if you buy the contract, whatever it is, the day it expires, it's either expiring in the money, that the contract is worth something, or it expires worthless, that it's like, the contract is worth nothing. So let's say that you bought a call on Bitcoin that expires in, let's say, February, okay? And that call has a strike price, which is the price that the contract's, the buy price, I guess, of 7,000, let's say, okay? So you buy a call on Bitcoin for 7,000. You pay a premium for that, okay? It's just, like a little tax, like a fee on top. I don't know what the premium will be. Let's say it's 50 cents. I don't know, per Bitcoin. So you end up paying that premium times 100. So it could be, $50, let's say. I'm giving you an example. I don't know if this is true or not. But when the contract comes to expire and the price of Bitcoin is less than 7,000, then your contract expired worthless, because your contract is to buy Bitcoin at 7,000, but the price when the contract expires is less than 7,000, then the contract is worthless. Because why would you go buy a $7,000 Bitcoin off that contract when in the present price would be less? Now, if the price is more than 7,000 when the contract expires, that means you're in the money. Now you could buy Bitcoin at 7K and immediately sell them for the spot price and make the difference. So your contract expires in the money. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot like a future. So you lose everything, right? If you buy a contract and it expires worthless, you lose everything that you paid for that contract. Absolutely, yes. Yes. So let me give you another real life example, okay? With work in Slack. So I bought a call last week that expires this week, okay? On Friday. So the call for Slack expires on Friday. Let me see what the actual the numbers are on it. He says, wow, that sounds risky. Yeah, it does. It is higher risk, absolutely. But you know the deal, higher risk, higher reward. Okay, so let's give an example. And I don't know if these numbers are exactly right, but I'm just giving an example for the purpose of explaining this. So I bought a call on Slack, which is work, last week for, let's say, $1 to buy shares at, I believe, $29. So this contract will allow me to buy 100 Slack shares at $29. So in order for me to be profitable, the price of Slack needs to go above $29. You see what I'm saying? So if the price goes up, the premium that I paid for that contract might go up. Let's say I paid $1, and I think, it's somewhere around there. I got to go check. But let's say I paid $1 last week to buy 100 shares this week of Slack at $29. Now that contract price goes up and down just like a stock would. It can go to 80 cents, it can go to $1.50, and at any point I can sell that contract to somebody else. So what you're doing is really you're selling the option to buy or sell in the future. That's it. You're paying for time and hoping what you buy moves in that time exactly. Do you do this for Bitcoin too? No, you can't do it on Bitcoin on Robinhood. No, I think the only place that you could do it, I haven't found a place that you could do that for Bitcoin in the US without being a verified trader or whatnot. I think it's on CME. Someone may want to help me out on this, but I don't know where you could easily do Bitcoin options. But on Robinhood, you could do that for all the stocks. So for Apple, for Microsoft, for the trust and the shares too. You could do that for gold. You could do that for ETFs. You could do that on the crude oil short. Everything that I just showed you, you could do options on, minus the crypto. And I'm talking for Robinhood. If someone else could probably tell me, point me in the direction. I know that the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, they do options, I believe, for crypto, but I don't know if you need to be like a verified investor or something like that. I don't know. But you could see how you could do like a spread, I guess, or a straddle is what they call it. It gets kind of, technical with the moves that you can make, but think about this. Imagine buying calls and puts. So say, I'm going to buy a call for September at this rate, but I'm also going to buy a put. So I'm going to be covered if it goes up and if it goes down. So you can make money either way. It's crazy. And then there's also, the spreads where you can make money if things trade sideways. So there's all kinds of strategies out here. And that's why, it's more interesting because you can not only make money when it goes up. When you buy a stock, you can only make money if it goes up. But when you're doing with options, you can make money if it goes down, if it trades sideways. There's a lot more plays. Of course, it's riskier. You got to pay for it. Let me link you guys, if some of you guys are interesting. interested in learning more, about the basic ins and outs. And I just learned this like, a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I'll be honest, I'm still a little baby bear cub, and I got, the play account there. Then if it all crashes and burns, I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's a good time to start learning. And if, who knows, we might snag a big one. Let me find this. So I'll show you the video that I found most helpful for explaining of how to trade options on Robinhood.
My name's Adam, otherwise known as In the Money.
And I've shared this the other day, actually. This video, this gentleman in the money, right? Yeah, in the money. He looks like kind of dorky and like he doesn't know what he's talking about, but he knows what he's talking about. Absolutely knows what he's talking about. So yeah, check him out if you want to know. This is like an hour video. It's just like a tutorial. It's not going to show you some of the more advanced plays like straddles, debits, credit spreads, or whatnot. They got the iron, the iron condor or iron, I forgot the other name, but there's some strategies there. This is just going to teach you the basics, calls and puts. And again, this could be done on Robinhood. And I have a link to join Robinhood. Yes, I get something out of it if you click the link and you join. You get a free stock, okay? Randomly, they'll give you a free stock. I got a Halliburton stock, which is like about $8. And then every time that someone joins with my link, I get a free stock for that person joining along with them as well. So, if you join, I can get another stock. The other day, someone else joined, and I got a share of Caesar's Palace. So I got a Halliburton, Caesar's Palace, etc. You get the free stock without having to spend any money. Let me go ahead and check out D-Live. See if anybody's throwing lemons at us. My internet's going very slow today, but at least we haven't been kicked offline. CryptoZilla hit me up with 10 lemons. Thank you, CryptoZilla. Although my D-Live going really, really slow out here. I see your lemons. Let me drop a bomb. Points there. Hit you up with the Donnie dancing. And boom, head over there, guys. I'll throw 50 if someone else shows up. It's been kind of quiet for D-Live, and I said this at the beginning of the broadcast. I think it's quiet at D-Live right now. It's because I haven't done exclusive D-Live content. Everything I'm doing now has been multi-stream. So you can find it both on YouTube and on D-Live. So, I got to do like a couple videos or maybe a stream or two here that is just on D-Live to give you an incentive to go over there. Zilla says, just leave them. As far as the lemons, no, I'll keep them there on the in the treasure chest. So if somebody shows up, we'll do a redistribution. Let's check out Market Watch. We were just talking about this. Here's the best investor approach to stocks in a market that's not done selling. No, that's not what we were talking about. We were talking about expiring May crude oil contracts remain below zero while June futures tumble 25%. I think the numbers that we're seeing up here on TradingView as far as the price of crude oil being at $15 up here, this is for June contracts, I believe. Schumer says deal reached on some coronavirus aid for small businesses. Hope for Senate vote today. That's bullish. If they do another stimulus, I would expect things to go up. Netflix and Snapchat earnings will be different tales of media usage. That's right. You got Netflix reporting earnings today. I think Snapchat's coming up as well. And let's see how these internet companies have fared during this lockdown. You know, one would expect them to for their business to increase if people are going to be using their services more. But on the other hand, people aren't buying as much ads from them because a lot of the businesses are closed. So let's see. Snap and Netflix have seen increased usage. Snap depends on advertising. So does Netflix, and so does Facebook. What else to watch for Tuesday? Chipotle is going to announce their earnings. Coca-Cola, Texas Instruments. So keep an eye on that for that. All right, guys, I'll take a few more comments and questions. I think we got most of the points out. What's interesting to me here, how Coin Paprika is different than CoinMarketCap when it has OKB as the number 11 coin compared to CMC when it's ranked number 29. Is it because OKB is a Binance competitor? Is it because OKB is a Binance competitor? Interesting. All right, guys. I'll save them, CryptoZilla. I'll save them there on my D Live. So when we do have a crowd, we'll do the redistribution. I think I'm due for a stream over there on D Live that's exclusive. But anyhow, I think I'm going to go ahead and tune down. Always a pleasure, guys. Bitcoin above 68 is okay. Keep an eye out on crude, on bonds. If the bonds if the bonds drop under 0.5, it's not good. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not good. As is right now, I'm semi-bearish. I'm going to be honest with you for the short term. Okay. We see S&P down 2%. And I said that yesterday. I was like, I'm semi-bearish now for the short term. Let's see. The stimulus package could bring us into the green again. But unless there's money being thrown around, I expect the boat to continue to sink. So, and that means for everything, guys. Everything. Be honest with you. So let's see. But we don't know because the Fed may just pop out on us and just throw another stimulus. We don't know. We don't know. So keep your eyes open out there, and we'll continue to wait for these opportunities. Or that's not the right word. It's not wait. Well, you should be actively waiting. It's not just sitting around thinking something's gonna fall in your lap. Picked up more ETH and oil ETF, says Nano Joe. There you go. ETH is the one that I'm most bullish on right now that I know of, you know what I mean? Because oil and all these other stuff, I don't really know those markets well enough. I haven't studied them, but I think that ETH does have a promising future. This time next year, ETH may be booming, guys, or even later on this year. Dollar Vigilantes compares Revelation to what Gates is doing with his patented chip and make people into miners pretty freaky. Yeah, I mean, I shared a video yesterday with Bill Cooper talking about how the elites are following the book of Revelations. I shared it, and that was from the 90s, So these things, it's not a new idea. And I've talked about it so many times. It's the evil forces, the powers of darkness, spiritual wickedness. All right, guys. I'll give you one more peek at my watch list if you guys want to check it out. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. TLT's up for me. I actually have, I got some skin on the game on work and TLT right now. Let's see. Obviously, I got skin on the game on ETH and BTC. But maybe I jump on Fiverr, Shop, Bob, or any of these. Gold is definitely looking good. Gold is looking good too. All right, guys, stay strong out there. It's The Voice, Champagne Crypto, your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber, your favorite live streamer's favorite live streamer, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in.